Hello, hello. Salem Kuno H, I will take my break tomorrow. Hi. Oh. Cool top. Yeah, that's what all my partners say about me. Looking cute tonight. I literally, God, today has been so busy. I had a interview for an investigative piece, and then I went to get lunch with a partner, and had to walk my little puppy, who's looking at me right now because she just woke up from her little nappy poo, and then I had to go do other things, and then I just got done filming my next essay, which should be out hopefully early this next. It'll be out before the end of next week, and it's on Jubilee. So have fun with that. For anybody who hasn't been keeping up with the situation, I kind of just I lay it out, explain it. It's going to be kind of in the same lane as my the Kanye West essay, because I'm not really giving any more attention to Jubilee personally. And I guess that video will kind of explain why, but also the harm they do and how we can kind of mitigate that a little bit. And yeah, I've just been really busy with all of those things. And so I did makeup because I didn't. Ooh, I'm gonna turn on my now that I'm done recording, I'm gonna turn on my AC again because it's getting a little slightly toasty. Slightly toasty. Hello, dog. Hello. You know, I got for you. You know what I got for you? I got this for you. So I was at the recently there's like a little farmers market that happens kind of across town. I was at the farmers market with my Pookie, and they have this cute little pop up. This is a paw for those who don't know. Cute little pop up dog bakery. Hello, yes. Oh, lady loves it. And they had these are non gluten, non bread. Blueberry carrot like little dog scones, and blueberries and carrots are the only two human food I give to Lady as treats. Not very often, especially with carrots. Blueberries pretty much universally good, but carrots can don't give dogs too many carrots. She just gets one probably once a week maybe. Um, and so I'm gonna give Lady a little tweet. She's gonna get a little tweet. Nope, sit. You sit. Yeah, I gotta figure out a way to get this in your stupid toy. Oh. Ah. Hey, young ace survivor. Oof. Okay. Okay, this is gonna be messy for you, pupper, but you're gonna love that. This is gonna keep you occupied for a little bit, I think. All right, sorry. And for people who freedom units, me and two co-hosts who started a YouTube channel. Congrats! Oh yeah, awesome, Stella. I've been seeing you. Come on. All right. Now, this did not go at all the lack of messiness that I wanted, so I'm gonna get up and shake it off. Okay, here you go, dog. Enjoy that. That's for you. And I do also really quick update with Miss the cat. Yeah, Salem Kunwich, it is still. We actually had to up security a little bit, so not only is there a patron thing, but we also have to screen people because of last time we kind of got raided. So, like I think, unfortunately, I think that's going to be in perpetuity, because one thing I've learned is I can just not anticipate what or when somebody's going to get pissed off at me and just decide to be like, oh yeah, we're gonna fucking we're gonna raid them. Let's get in their Discord, and so it's like there's really no consistency to that shit, which is very annoying. Jackie Sins, thank you very much for $10. Yeah, Jubilee sucks. It provides no insight and just seems to incite drama around everything. Yep, you nailed it. You got it. Froggy of the Dank, thank you for subscribing with Prime. Froggy of the Dank, by the way, my favorite Bloomberg card. Turn this down just a little bit. Makeup is wonderful. Thank you. I didn't quite turn out the way I wanted it to. I think I salvaged it okay. I don't know. Juno. I'm mega stoned, so I won't be here for long, but hello, pretty creature on my phone. Hi, Juno. Hi, Juno. Yeah, so but I did want to give a little bit of an update on Missy. Really quick, I'll read Ashley's. Hello from Lviv. You're never going to believe this, but we have American political refugees in Ukraine. I believe it. No, I believe it. I fully believe it. Okay, yeah, Spooky Pepper. So Miss is on my. She's doing so much better. So a couple days ago, took her into the vet. We got antibiotics and painkillers, which have resulted in. So she does not. Thankfully, I specifically asked because my cat is unfortunately quite smart, in that she smells when the powdered pain pills that they started giving me. They're like, oh, just put this in her wet food. She'll eat it. She won't eat it. She knows when. She can tell the difference. I can give her two of the same dish. She'll be able to tell the difference if one of them has pain meds. Homelander. Missy is in need of. She's just getting older. Her teeth are falling out. She has a little bit of gum inflammation right now. So the other half of that is I did get back a quote from the dentist that tomorrow I'm calling and making an appointment. And yeah, the problem is that so they won't know until they put her under anesthesia how much some of them are going to take, but they do charge by tooth extraction. And so the thing ranged from like $1,500 on the low end, which was kind of what I had been quoted by the vet. The vet and the dentist are now at the same place. They're not the same business. And so it was a range of like 1570 or whatever it was to almost 2600, which is rough. And I do want to thank everybody who's donated so far. I do appreciate all of those donations, and if you can help out in any way, it would be really appreciated, because I am currently looking at, so my goals for the channel, because the channel at this point is no longer just like, oh, this is like, obviously, and it has been for a while, but it is inextricably now tied with my goals in life and how I can approach those and get those. So right now, the goal for my channel, the goal for me personally, is to be out of Spokane and in Seattle, hopefully Seattle, by the end of the year. Hopefully in a condo. And to do that, I am probably going to do a consolidation loan to pay down, take off my current debt, which isn't that much. It's only $6K, which like is okay. Don't get me wrong, $6K is a lot. There's a reason I still have it, because I haven't been able to pay it all the way down. But it's not, in the grand scheme of debt, it's really not that bad. I paid down a ton last year. I've paid down a decent amount this year. And so I am still trying to get out as much kind of content as possible because of that. If you see me, for example, taking a lot of ad sponsorships, which I do have in the next couple months, it's because I need the money. I desperately need the money, because now I have a cat I got to take care of. I really want to finally just hunker down and upgrade all of my fucking gear. My chair, I don't show my chair on camera because it's a pile of shit, and it has been for years. And I keep it covered by a jacket, so when I get up, people don't see how shitty and awful my chair is, because it is fucking embarrassing. I need an actual good chair. I need a chair. I need a actual camera for shooting, and especially as I want to get into more high quality production. I want to get into more conceptual stuff. I want to get into more actual green screen work. And so, like, I want to have a lady cam. I'd like to use the camera I'm currently using as my lady cam. And so, like, having Miss on top of all this other stuff is kind of a kick in the pants. So any donations, and I understand that it is a rough time for everybody right now. So if it is beyond your ability, I promise you, do not feel bad about not being able to donate. I will still be able to, like, pay my rent. I will still be able to do all this stuff. But if you've enjoyed my work, if my content has meant something to you, if you have found it ever inspirational or at all anything like that, the best links to donate to are going to be not YouTube, not Twitch. They're going to be Ko-Fi, Coffee, and Venmo or Cash App, and all of those links are down below, I think, on the video. If not, then most of them are available in plenty of other videos. Johnny Viral posts a lot of the stuff into the chat. Andromeda Archives just subbed to your Patreon. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, I've been offered sponsorship for my TikTok back when I took it half seriously, but I could not bring myself to do it. So I've brushed off so many ad reads and ad sponsorships, mostly because, all right, so one of the worst aspects of content creation is the sheer amount of spam you'll get at a business email that makes you think it's actually legit. The amount of times that I've gotten something, I'm like, oh, damn, that would actually be a really cool ad. Or like, yeah, I'd do this for sure. This is slightly different. And then you have to look into it. You have to make sure, okay, does this person actually work there? Usually I get as far as looking at the email address and being like, well, that's obviously a spam bot. No, Shakespeare, you're fine. Like, I absolutely, I do not begrudge you not giving. Like, it's totally fine. Missy will get the care she needs. That is part of why I'm doing a consolidation loan, to get additional income to help with moving, to help with Kat, so she can hopefully live another 5, 6, 7 years. But it is, yeah. So anyway, all that is to say, donations help and all that stuff. Missy is doing much better, and she hates the medication I'm giving her. She she is doing much better at taking it, though. I think she realizes it helps her a little bit, because one of them's antibiotics, and I've already noticed she had her 3rd dose today. I've noticed a 100% turnaround in her energy level, in all of that stuff. Like even today, she was running around. I was playing with her little thing I brought out her little thing on a string, which is just, it's just a stick with like a little mouse bob at the end. And she was like running around. I haven't seen her run in a minute like that. And so I know the antibiotics are probably working. I definitely know the pain meds are working, because I give them to her at night. And she just so the other night I was helping on the hard drive stream that raised thousands and thousands of dollars for Trans Lifeline. And I was looking right at my partner who's staying with me, because she was playing Baldur's Gate or Avowed, either Avowed or Baldur's Gate or Final Fantasy 14. I got her on all 3, and Miss had just wandered over and was just laying on her, but was so high. The cat was so high, and she was just looking around, her eyes super wide, and she leaned up against her chest and was just staring at her, just with her just big ass saucer eyes. So I know the pain meds are working, and she is doing better, and I'm very happy to report that. Octave.io, thank you for $5. Hope everything works out. Me too. Snowcomo, thank you for $10. What I got. Always loved your personality online. I want to see you in your much deserved limelight. Thank you very much. I don't know why that. Ugh. I just got done reading a script from my little prompter, so I'm in a weird in between headspace, and then right after this I also have other partners and people to go see, so it is going to be yeah, it's a lot of work. I did not get to. I'm so bummed, because this was also the pre-release weekend for Edge of Eternities. And while I did get, with some credit, I did get a bundle and the commander deck I wanted, because like I said, I had a shit ton of credit at one of my local stores, and in fairness, I had some good pulls. But I would have liked to support my local stores, especially because this seems like a really interesting limited, and so but it is what it is. I need to put all my money towards. I'm in a weird phase with Magic, and I'll talk about this more on Podatog with Bugs this week. I talked about it a little bit last stream, but I had a really good night. I played with a local group for the first time in over a week last night, and I wasn't really familiar with friends, but I had a deck that I had been working on for months. I've been iterating on it. Where I'll swap things out and be like, ooh, this would be a good flavor piece. This would be better. Oh, what if I put this in here? Oh, that's stupid. I'll put that in there. And it really popped off. And I was just like, you know what? I love this so much more than I am more excited to keep going home and tooling with the decks that I have and the cards that I have, and coming back, supporting my local stores who are they're so cool. They're so great. Can't say enough good about them. Especially if you're in Spokane, go out, go play there. I'm so much more excited to do that than I am to open Avatar, and certainly not Spider-Man, which, by the way, sucks, because I'm a Spider fan. I love Spider-Man. I made a kick-ass video essay about Spidey. Zatchap, thank you for raiding with a party of 30 rope. What a first name. Rope Kitty 69. Thank you for following. Ciderpunk, thank you for subscribing. Ron's KFC, thank you for $20. My gosh, wasn't a fan of Kat until I was asked to babysit one. 15 years later, I still had her. When she passed 5 years ago, I had her name tattooed on my arm. She was my rock. This is for her. Make sure you hug your cat. I'm sure y'all can hear my cat being incredibly vocal right now. And yeah, thank you so much. We'll talk about the male loneliness epidemic. We'll talk about that shit for sure. Meow. Meow. Gosh. And my partner has been wearing cat ears around the house and doing little nya stuff. Like, fuck, I just adopted another cat, basically. Okay, I'm going to give her a little bit of dry food to tide her over, because I think she's just going to keep yelling at me, so I'll be right back. Are you just going to keep yelling at me? Yeah, we have enough for a little bit, baby. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Okay. AND, something that annoys me about when people talk about the male loneliness epidemic is that everybody wants to talk about the most embarrassing guys on the planet. If that's a problem, I got bad news about who we're talking about. Because, I mean, like, yeah, because guess who's complaining about it? Guess who's complaining that, like, women's standards are so ridiculous and brr, 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 brr. It's people like Ass Munch Gold. Mimsy44, thank you for following. Coast Tan Sin. Oh, you switched it up on me. Thank you for following. Femboys make me question if I'm a lesbian. I mean, like, I think the amount of effort and, like, the amount of identity people put into their sexual orientation, I think, is so silly, because a lot of times that shit is fluid. And I think that's the reality that thankfully a lot of people are coming to, is that, like, okay, maybe it actually doesn't matter so much. Like, maybe you can be interested romantically in a man or a femboy, and you yourself can still be masculine and strong and all of these things that, like, they tell you all growing up that you can't do it. Did I see the recent Tucker podcast thing? TYT is in the gutter? No, I have not. Oh, that sounds fun. That sounds fun. Thank you very much, Puddock, for $4.99. How much of a Redwall did you watch on Brave Plus? My friend watched that with me through Tubi. The series finale would have traumatized 8-year-old me watching PBS. I watched it for a couple hours, honestly, because so when I was watching, so for those who don't know, Savvy Writes Books, friend of the channel, we did a video collab last year where we each did one part, kind of like I'm doing with Coke Francis right now, where we both looked at and talked about and reviewed the content on the soon-to-be completely defunct, if it hasn't already been taken down, Bentkey, the Daily Wire kids streaming service. And it was so much fun to reconnect with Savvy and to talk about this, because we watched Brave Plus, which is so Brave Books is, it's this bizarre, like, amalgamation of, like, a shared universe project, but the main thing is Iggy and Mr. Kirk, which is a, like, puppet style kids show. Kirk Cameron isn't a puppet, but it's a kids show where Kirk Cameron talks to a puppet about, like, Christian nationalism ideas and shit. It's insane. But on that streaming service, I think overall Brave Plus, despite that pile of shit, is still a better service than Bentkey, because it has a ton of very good established content. Some of it is public domain, some of it is stuff that I'm sure they got on the cheap, like Redwall. But it's actually good content, which fucking, if you remember that video I did with Savvy, oh, it did not have. Like, it was a bunch of fucking like reposted YouTube videos and shit. It's insane. How low budget. And fucking BentQ was like, we're injecting over $1 million. Fuck off. Bullshit. No, Redwall. So I was watching Iggy and Mr. Kirk, and I watched all 10 episodes, regrettably. But I was watching it while I was playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4 and 5. 3 and 4. Sorry, not 4 and 5. 3 and 4. And then I was like, I was still grinding through stuff. I think I was finishing the last 2 episodes. And I was like, you know what? I remember I really liked Redwall as a kid. I think I read through a bunch of those books. Like 3 or 4. Because there were a couple. I had a weird relationship with fantasy as a kid because I was never like a fantasy kid, you know, some way people are just like, oh, I love knights and magic and wizards and all this shit. No. But I just liked a good story, you know, so I diversified even then. And so I remember I have very fond memories of reading through many of the C.S. Lewis Lion, Witch, and Wardrobe books, Chronicles of Narnia. And I read through these. They had these hefty volumes. I'm going to say this name, and I guarantee when I say this name, people are going to like there are going to be people in my audience who are like, oh, that fucking Mr. Krabs meme. Deltora Quest. There's somebody in my audience, I guarantee, who's gonna be like, yo, Deltora Quest was my fucking joint. Yeah, Deltora Quest, Artemis Fowl, like stuff that's fantasy or fantasy adjacent, and Redwall, which Redwall is great. And I heard about Redwall a bunch. I've been thinking about Redwall kind of on and off since last year because of Bloomborough, which, for those who don't know, Bloomborough is basically Redwall Magic the Gathering. Yeah. There you go. Yep. Gaku McRolled, I love Deltora Quest, was obsessed. I couldn't tell you anything about it. I remember the MacGuffins were stones, I think. Each book was like they were getting a stone for something. It was you know, it was kids fiction. What do you want from me? Short questions and short answers only. Will Donald Trump ruin his relationship with Europe, which could cause a surge in European unity? I think Europe is already united against, at least, okay, there is a difference between the sentiment of radical right-wing groups in Europe, which are rising, and European leadership. And I think most of European leadership already fucking hates him. Like I don't think that much. Like he's already ruined his reputation with a lot of like the European political class. Engineering Future, would you want to go on the Dead Domain? Would you want to go on the Deprogram podcast? Sure. Have a good night. Hopping out of the chat. Time for some sweet liberty on Helldivers. Peace, people. Have a good night, Ron's KFC. I am going to go put my phone on a charger real quick, and then we're going to dig into the male loneliness epidemic. All right. Let's see. I think that meow meow meow. Well, see, what I wanted to do with the eyeshadow is actually to have, like, I don't think it quite shows up, but there's like a gradient of gold, and there's different kinds of gold. But I think the lighting just doesn't work out for me on that, so I think it just kind of looks, I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of my makeup look, but I'm glad that everybody else is. Oh, do I like mechs or books about mechs? I guess. Like I don't. Again, like it's kind of like with fantasy. I don't not like mechs. I'm just not like somebody who is like, ooh, this is my thing. I have found my hole. This hole is made for me. Like that's not really my vibe, my thing. Did I see somebody say June? Hey June, is June in the chat? Catcher applesauce meow meow. We can see some of the gold if you turn your head right. I know y'all can hear Lady too. Hello. Prosthetic PJ, you should do a DD style and makeup tutorial sometime. Style tutorial, go to thrift stores. Makeup tutorial, fuck man, I don't know. Like every time I do a makeup tutorial, every time I do my makeup, I'm like, what am I gonna do today? What am I gonna talk about? I mean, my makeup is matched to like my fit and my earrings because I have a little bit of like gold blue. I have a pink lipstick on. It's just kind of like a little 80s, a little vapor wavy, but not like too terribly. I didn't want to get too crazy about it. So, this has been a concerning week, let's say. Stop it. Yeah, so for those who didn't know, there was this app created called T, which was designed, as you can see here from the NBC profile, it was designed as a quote-unquote women's space. So what it was designed for is essentially a network where women can communicate with other women about red flags that they experience while dating online to help other women avoid the same pitfalls or dangerous situations. If a guy is an asshole, if he got drunk, if he overstepped his boundaries, all things that happen all the fucking time, it is basically just an app for women to help each other out. Women or feminine people or anybody really to help each other out to prevent being victimized by men. In essence, this is an app designed to help prevent abuse and victimization. So men hated it. Matt Walsh had some shitty words for it, saying like, well, actually, if you think a app like this is necessary, then you, as a woman, are the problem. Of course, not the men. It can't be the men who are the problem, as the men very much showed when they hacked it and then leaked and created a dossier, a list of the people who were on the app. Now, there are a couple different aspects of this. The first and foremost being that apparently the app security itself was not very good. And to get uploaded to the app, you had to log your driver's license. So the app did a terrible fucking job of keeping their users safe, which is a massive problem that a lot of people are dealing with right now. Okay. From NBC News, hackers have breached the T app, which recently went viral as a place for women to safely talk about men, and tens of thousands of women's selfies and photo IDs have now seemingly been leaked online. A spokesperson confirmed the hack Friday afternoon, estimating 72,000 images, including 13,000 verification photos and images of government IDs, were accessed. It recently gained such popularity that it became a top free app in the App Store this week. The app claimed Thursday to have gained nearly 1 million new signups. Signing up for T requires users to take selfies, which the app says are deleted after review to prove they are women. All users who get accepted are promised anonymity outside of the usernames they choose. Taking screenshots of what's in the app is also blocked. The hacker accessed a database for more than 2 days ago, the T spokesperson said, adding that, quote, this data was originally stored in compliance with law enforcement requirements related to cyberbullying prevention. The T spokesperson said that the company has hired third-party cybersecurity experts and is working around the clock to secure our systems. Why would the app need your ID? So that is not entirely uncommon on some dating apps. Like, I think needing state ID to verify you're a person, what I think they were doing, and again, this is a little bit of speculation, so don't take my word at this, but what I think they were doing there is to try to actually have some kind of measures to make sure that the system they were trying to create is not subverted by men who are like mad and want to see, well, what did this dumb bitch say about me? Blah, blah, blah. Which men are doing anyway. So This app has angered some men and prompted a thread Thursday on the right-wing troll message board 4chan, in which users called for a hack and leak campaign. The company became aware of the incident, which was first reported by 404 Media early Friday. A user posted a link Friday morning allegedly allowing people to download the database of stolen images, and troves of victims' identification photos have been posted to 4chan and X. The app also claims to donate 10% of its profits to the National Domestic Violence Hotline. The hotline confirmed to NBC that the company is a donor. Some men online have expressed in online posts they fear being misrepresented or doxxed on the platform. Others, including some users of the app, have also raised concerns that the app could lead to harmful cyberbullying unrelated to actual safety concerns. So everybody concerned trolling about, well, what if somebody's harassed or cyberbullied over this? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Like, okay, people are actually being doxxed, harassed, cyberbullied, swatted, all this shit over this app. And they're the women that the app was trying to fucking protect. Eric Gallows, thank you for following. Not creative for real, thank you for following. So, yeah, if you want to see, because, so this is from actual, and when I say actual, I mean legitimate, actual Nazi, Ryan Sanchez. Actual pile of shit, white nationalist, dipshit asshole, Ryan Sanchez. Semper Fidelis. You fucking... I can't say that. I cannot say that. It is my word, but I can't say it on Twitter. Now, this bitch ass tried to dap me up when I was in Washington, D.C., by the way. T-Spill. Someone created a website where you can rate the users of the hacked feminist doxing app T. By the way, it's not a feminist doxing app. It was an app created for women to safely share information about men that made them feel unsafe. Like, for example, if a man said, yeah, I use 4chan, women could think back in their brain palace to something like this and be like, oh, okay, I want nothing to do with this asshole. That's literally what I said. That Johnny Viral. I don't know if you're quoting me from that video because I don't remember if that is exactly what I said, but there was a moment where Ryan Sanchez was on camera in my Washington, D.C. video. He's behind me because I was hanging out with Amanda. And he was calling me his white Aryan brother or something, to which I yell at him, your fucking last name is Sanchez. All of that was in the video, by the way. So, T-Spill, click on the foid you prefer. Has anyone found an attractive one on you? Yeah, you... Jesus Christ. Individuals who publish defamatory statements against men via the T application shall face legal prosecution for libelous conduct pursuant to applicable law to ensure justice for the aggrieved. Oh, Ryan... Oh, Ryan, you stupid little bitch. Oh, that's adorable. Yeah, here's Tim Pool with another hot angle on it. Introducing our new app, Whore Finder. Dudes can rate women they date based on whether they are snooty bitches or down to fuck. So... you may notice a trend here that all of these bitchless wonders, when they hear about an app designed to help women communicate, feel safe, and avoid being assaulted, being harassed, being stalked, being in just a dangerous or uncomfortable situation, that when those women are then basically bludgeoned for trying to gain some semblance of protection, that their first thought is not the actual protection or safety of women, but to point and laugh and to try and make jokes that, oh, look at how fucking dumb. Like, obviously, Tim Pool is basically saying, obviously, anybody who needs to know about, like, if, like, they're obviously whores. Like, they're obviously stuck-up prissy bitches. Like, duh. Like, why would anybody be mad about that? The fact that you fucked in Kit Fisto's mom with the hot joints. So first, I want to actually talk about, this is a report from the British newspaper, The Times. I downloaded T, the man-shaming app. Here's what I learned. 1 million women in the U.S. are slamming past dates for ghosting or lying. This cannot end well. From Poppy Sowerby. An app that allows women to anonymously review the men they date became the most popular download on Thursday. Now, already, like, this is a moment where you should look at what is being said, what is happening, what people are talking about, and be like, okay, maybe there's something here. Maybe there's a reason behind this. You know, maybe there's a reason that this kind of thing is happening. T, founded by blah, blah, blah. The app uses AI to verify users' selfies, ensure that they are women. Once verified, users can post photos of men, mainly scraped from dating profiles, and demand the T about them from other female users. T takes the idea of a whole new level, using reverse image search to find other online photos of the men, exposing potentially slanderous details about them, fake names, double lives, you name it. People need to be better about their online security. Sorry. Secondly, if they have fake names and double lives, that's not slanderous. That's just true. Smears. Wow. Okay. Man, fuck the Times for doing, like, laundering the opinion that is leading to this shit, by the way. That's what is happening here. Moderation tool called SafeSip. Men on X are complaining they're being doxxed, a form of cyberbullying where private information is posted without the person's consent. That's not what doxing is. That's whatever fucking 50-year-old TERF wrote this for the Times does not understand what doxing is. Doxing is not just letting people know information. It is specifically your address and contact info. Which, again, a lot of that shit is already out there. Just saying. One man laments that it's a, quote, place where hurt women can tell a one-sided story about men and damage their name without any context or proof. Another worries about a future destroyed by surveillance by our peers. Oh, boy. There was something, I was thinking about this the other day. There was something that Idris Elba said a couple years ago during Me Too, where somebody asked him, like, oh, what do you think about this? And he just gave this incredibly concise answer of, like, well, I think if something to the effect of, like, I think the only people who are worried about having their reputation ruined are people who've done something that would ruin their reputation, basically. And I think that's fucking true. Because guess what? If somebody says some insane shit about you and it's not true, people who know you should be able to be like, yeah, that's not true. Like, yeah, they've never given me those vibes. Okay, oh, no. See, every time I go to put Lady on the camera, she jumps off. You don't have to get inside the T app to feel its toxicity. Screenshots from the app on Reddit reveal some shocking claims from female users. Quote, avoid this man, says one. His name is blank. He has mouth herpes and STDs. He lies to get what he wants, then will ghost you after. Again, that's not toxicity. If there is somebody who is lying, spreading herpes and STDs, that is just lying to people to hook up with them, this is the perfect use case. This is the perfect example of why something like this is needed. Because there are so many men who are so used to just being a piece of shit. And when women push back, it's called toxicity. Like, incredible. Incredible. That is life-ruining shit. And they're being like, yeah, people who call this out, I can't believe people would say something so slanderous about this. Another man is described as, quote, abusive, pathological liar, manic and victim mentality, loves drama. Another user calls a guy meth addict, will emotionally and physically abuse women, secret life with gay older men. In other examples, women post pictures of their partners while they are sleeping to find out if other women recognize him. Users are able to set alerts for a particular man's name. Do you think that maybe people are mad about these things for a reason? Do you think that maybe these people have more experience than you do, writer of this article for the Times? Do you think that if a woman is laying in bed next to their partner at night wondering how many other people is he fucking, do you think that there might be a interpersonal reason for that? Do you think it might not have so much to do with the women, but the actions of the men? Because, like, the way this is being depicted is that every single woman taking part in this, every single woman who has these questions are toxic. And, oh, they're just these entitled, blue-haired, screeching, uggo feminists. Okay, well, first off, if you follow the narrative that Ryan was putting out, that like, oh, all of the users on this app are so fucking ugly and chopped, blah, blah, blah. If you follow that logic, then why would any man be worried? If they're all like super uggo and they're just, oh, they're so far out of your league and like nobody wants to date these, like, come on. If that's the case, why is anybody worried about it? Why is anybody worried? It shouldn't be. If you don't have anything that's going to ruin your reputation, you shouldn't worry about having your reputation ruined. That's just facts. The tea is bitter indeed. When I downloaded the app, it gave me a series of promises. Quote, everything is anonymous, blah, blah, blah. You can blah, blah, blah. And yet T claims to be doing good. To reinforce this altruistic purpose, it declares that 10% are donated to the National Domestic Violence Hotline. Here's the truth. I love the gall of this writer to be like, yeah, here's what's really happening after just misrepresenting everything so much already. T pours fuel on an already fraught dating scene for my generation. It may be well-intentioned, but it will inevitably chill any sense of romantic risk or hope for authenticity among my peers. Romantic risk is like, do I like this person enough to call out of work all day? Like maybe, this is the second date, but maybe we can stay over. Like I'm really feeling a connection. That's romantic risk. Romantic risk is not playing Russian roulette with crypto bro dickheads who watch Andrew Tate and are like, oh yeah, I've actually got a real Bugatti back at home. I can show you later. And then they give you herpes and then fucking blitz. That's not what, like, that's not the spice people are looking for in their relationships. The times. Worse, the app hides behind the idea of transparency. Nothing to hide, nothing to fear, but this is simply vigilante justice. Entirely reliant on the scruples of anonymous women. With T on the scene, what man would ever dare date a woman again? Again, like, welcome back, Me Too. Holy shit. Because this was the exact same shit that every dickhead, bitchless loser started talking about around Me Too. It's like, oh, you can't do anything, you can't open doors for women. Like, I'm afraid to do anything. Otherwise, like, what happened? Like, she could accuse me of sexual assault, bro. Like, that's just not fair. I've done a lot of things with a lot of people. You know what I've never been accused of? Assault. You know why? Because I ask. You ask consent. You make sure you're cool. You say halfway through, you're like, yo, are you cool? Are you cool with this? Are you good with this? It's really fucking easy. It's the easiest thing in the world. Oh, that's the end of it. That's how they fucking end. That's how they really end the article. Incredible. Chat. All right, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay. Hitman Ruler, they just want to go up to a woman and say, hey, your tits look nice, and take her home. Yeah. It's the entitlement that men feel. This reminds me of somebody was talking about somebody was actually asking earlier about Synthetic Man, but this reminds me of his part where in the video I did where he was talking about women and using all of his dumb fucking Kiwi Farms 4chan speak to like code words and all that stupid shit. But then he was saying stuff like, yeah, I wouldn't even want to go on a date in real life because, like, you can't even do anything and you'll get the cops called on you and shit. And it's like, brother, you are a 30-year-old balding man living with your parents on a diet of chicken nuggies and alcohol. You gotta get the date first before you think about any other things. Like it is this self-entitlement that they imagine themselves to already be such a better dating prospect than they are, and it snowballs from there to them having hypotheticals on things that could go wrong with the date. It's like you're not at that level. Like that is a bridge to think about building when you get there. Okay? I learned how to play Catan with a friend really quick in a game store the other day. And it has me thinking about roads a lot. It has me thinking about how one builds roads and how you can build settlements and on borders and whatnots. And it's like, okay, yeah, you might want to build a port where you can trade 2 wood for a sheep. But you got a lot of road to build first, buddy. You got a lot of road to build before you can get there. Worry about that bridge when you come to it. Storm over Corinne, thank you for resubscribing for 4 months. Hey, love the earrings. Thank you so much. Yeah, walking neon carpet, it's reasonably risky, but it's also like a way for women to get a good idea of certain guys in the community. There are already, like, here's the thing. Whisper networks are a thing. Like, in sex work, they're a massive thing. There are so many group chats out there. I can't even imagine how many group chats are dedicated to spreading awareness of evil, and it's not just men, by the way, but abusers, manipulators, liars, and their crimes that they often get away with because people are afraid to come out in broad daylight, which is exactly the reason that things like this come to be, is that people see a need for something like this in the marketplace. And you can tell there's actually a demand for it because it's the proof is in the pudding. Like, the proof is that so many people are so interested in honestly seeing, hey, I wonder this. Does this person have this going on? Hey, other women need to know about this. This shit is important. Because men do not hold each other accountable, and they do not hold each other. No, sorry, I just said that twice. The reason it's so important is because men do not hold each other accountable, and they do not hold themselves accountable. Straight up. But, they want to hold women accountable. No, it's not that there are reasons why. It's so fucking funny to me when you have people like Ryan Sanchez, who will talk about, white national identity, and all of these fucking 4chan dorks, and all of these just goofballs. It's so funny to me how they will be like, yes, no, I'm a member of the white race, and take credit for shit they didn't do, that maybe their ancestors probably didn't do. But they'll be like, yes, we built society and all this other stuff. But then when it comes time to actually take accountability for stuff that is happening in the current day, to try and buck up and be like, you know what, actually, I understand why women are doing this. Hey, I need to be better at this as a man. Like, maybe some of this is contingent upon me. Instead of taking any kind of accountability on that shit, no, it must be all the women's fault. Yeah, SavvyCast, that's a great fucking way to put it. Sure, you might want to not get assaulted on your next date, but have you considered the terrible moral hazards of an app men can't look at? Yep, Monty the Ogre. I'm the mighty noble white race, but I don't do shit with my life and just blame everyone for my problems. It is. It's that. Like, it immediately clicks because it covers the exact same part of the brain as white nationalism, which is, it's everybody else's fault, not mine. Yeah, I can't go good jobs because of because the immigrants, they're taking all their jobs and they're outsourcing them all in DEI. It's not that you're a lazy shit with no applicable skills, with a horrendous attitude and nobody wants to be around you. It's not that your only friends are on the other side of a computer screen or an AI fucking porn bot that you can't get a girlfriend. No. Can't be that. It's those damn women. Come on. I'm riskless and this is black people's fault somehow. Except for real. There are people out there who believe that shit. Like, it boggles the goddamn mind. So, with that being said, some people have been reacting to this. And I'm going to watch 2 videos here. I'm going to be, again, I have not watched these. I'm going in blind for your entertainment, chat. I'm going to go on a limb and say this is going to be probably a good illustration of why apps like this are necessary, on why women feel uncomfortable talking about the issues they experience with men. I'm just gonna say.
T is an app that is officially at one point the #1 app on the App Store. This has been a massive scandal. A lot of people have been talking about this. My mom always said never go looking for trouble. That's exactly what the new T app is. If you ever ghosted a girl, had a situationship, or talked to any other female while single, you're a walking red flag and will be put on blast.
No. See, again, if you ever had a situationship, what the fuck is he saying? Situationship. Okay, first off, Myron Gaines. That's the fucking dumbass dipshit who's talking about it. Imagine if there was an app called Cold Beer. It's very funny that he's such a straight out of the loop loser that he thinks tea is a reference to, like, just, because women like tea, because tea is a girl's drink, and beer, cold beer, that's for men. That's for all men love. I don't know why I turned into, like, alcoholic Cookie Monster. That was, hey, y'all, do you like my new character? I'm debuting it here. Just give me, I like cold beer. And, no tea. No tea, just cold beer. Very good. I drink cold beer and I hate women. So good. Imagine if there was an app called Cold Beer and men could go and drink cold beer. Eats cookie alcoholically. Not my boy Cookie Monster. Alcoholic Cookie Monster is definitely a concept with possibilities. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hey, we like to have fun here, right? We like to have fun. That's kind of how you sound when you talk to your dog. A little bit, probably. I don't doubt it. K-Thug, thank you for following. Hero Culture, thank you for $5. I wouldn't say male loneliness is completely self-inflicted, although we aren't blameless. I think all of it is the fault of the toxic side of feminism. Part of it is the fault of the toxic side of feminism. Hero Culture, I would assert to you, counterpoint, that the toxic side of feminism is not and has never been as prevalent of a force as the most toxic men make it out to be. Because you have things like 4chan, like Kiwi Farms, where if you have a woman, and this is straight from like the far right modern playbook, where if you have one example of one thing happening, maybe once, say one woman with blue hair that they find unattractive for whatever arbitrary reason, goes off on a rant on camera at some point about how men do this, and I hate men, and this, that, and the other, like a pitch perfect example of misandry, right? Then that suddenly becomes the narrative that, there are so many. Like, look at all these blue-haired crazy feminists are everywhere. When the reality is that is one person out of millions and millions, and I'm willing to bet a lot of people wouldn't agree with them, regardless of what ideological side they're coming from. Yet, if you hold up these few examples as like, ooh, see, look at all women are like this, then that's what people think is actually a prevalent force, regardless of if it's actually just a like really teeny tiny vocal. Gaitha one, yo, what's up, Dead Domain? Long-time viewer, follower, first-time viewer. Didn't know you were on Twitch. I follow you on Twitter, though. Do you fuck with Marxism, feminism, and third worldism? Probably. Probably not so much third. I mean, like, I would need to know what those are specifically, and I am not versed in the exact definitions. And I try to go by those definitions and read up on things before I agree and say, like, yeah, sure. But, like, I'm not averse to Marxism in the way that a lot of people are. Marxist Leninism, not Marxist feminism. Okay. I'm a commie if that's show. My podcast co-host Rosa is a commie. It's fine. Danny Boyle. Oh, Danny Boyle. Thank you for following. So I just got done listening to James Joyce's Portrait of an Artist as a Young Man. So good. So good. Mwah, magnifique. But it was read by Colin Farrell. And so now I just have 10 hours of Colin Farrell's voice rattling around up here to draw from. And so if I pop into an Irish accent, that's why. That's why. Okay, let's keep watching the Mold Man cry about it.
Now imagine if there was an app called A Cold Beer where men anonymously shared personal info and warnings about women. It wouldn't last 24 hours and every user on it would be deemed a sexual deviant and a pervert. This is yet another example how we live in a genocentric...
This is so great. Do y'all remember when Ben Shapiro made, or the Daily Wire made Lady Ballers, and there was an interview that came out where Benny Boy was like, yeah, well, the reason we actually had to make it a comedy is because, well, we wanted to make it in real life, but we found out you can't do that. It reminds me of this, where it's like, Myron is asserting that, like, you wouldn't be, in 24 hours, you wouldn't be able to do anything on this app. Oh, but if drink cold beer and, the Cookie Monster. Like, you're just asserting an entirely fake reality and then drawing a non-existent conclusion because this didn't actually happen. But you need to posit that something like this, it would happen, it might happen, to legitimize your argument. Because you know it's fucking bullshit.
societal order. I agree with him. I think that this is toxic female behavior. And
oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
Beer where men anonymously shared personal info and warnings about women. It wouldn't last 24 hours and every user on it would be deemed a sexual deviant and a pervert. This is yet another example how we live in a genocentric societal...
He did just say genocentric. My... Genocentric, huh? Genocentric. He wants to talk about toxic feminism, toxic women. This is actually toxic women. My dude, your living area is toxic. Where do you get off? I don't want to know, actually, Asmund. I do not want to know. But how do you justify talking shit on women when you can't even say gynocentric correctly? Like I have never meant it so much. This is somebody who could not find the clit with 2 hands and a fucking map and a YouTube tutorial. Like, okay, let's go. We're 36 seconds in, chat.
Order. I agree with him. I think that this is toxic female behavior, and it should be called out as such. If women get to have an app like this, then men get to have an app like this too, right? Where they can post like, okay, like what is this girl down for? What's she not down for? Does she have STDs?
Notice how his first examples are purely sexual. Like even in his, what's she down for? Is she not down for? Even in his horrible fantasy where he has dated enough women to talk to other men about the experience, it has nothing to do with like the emotional aspect of a relationship. You know, the most important part of a relationship. It has entirely to do with, yo, like, what if guys want to know? Oh, what if guys want to know if what girl is down for, and cold beer, and what if guy wants to know, if what girl likes, and if she has cold beer. Oh.
Is she like super political? Does she cry about her boyfriend? You know, is she gonna ask you to pay for her stuff after you go on a
This is exactly what this is exactly what I'm talking about. When I talk about how you can tell, like, you are not the demographic that needs to worry about this, Asmon. You're not, Zachary. Because all of your talking points already reveal how little of any experience you have with actual dating and relationships. That he's just parroting, again, these elaborate fantasies that they have to make up in their heads to justify hating women. And it's all just made up. They make it up to justify hating women so they can feel better about the fact that they can't get any women to actually date them. Like, he's asking, like, yeah, what if guys want to know? Because what if what if a guy wants to know? Like, what if the girl says, like, okay, it's our second day, so you guys start paying for everything. Like, then what if guys want to know that? Like, what if a girl is political? You mean, what if a woman has opinions? Is that what you're asking, Zachary? You're saying, what if a guy wants to know, like, what if a girl is political? Like, what if she has thoughts in her head? Like, what if she's not down for anything on a first date? Don't guys deserve to have app where, cold beer. Sorry, now it's a funny bit for me. It's just for me now. Hero Culture, thank you for $20. To clarify my stance on my previous super chat, I don't like extremists on all sides or their reactionary people who false frame the situation. Yes, 200%. I, however, agree when extremists go unchecked, it spreads like the plague. Yeah.
second date, like all of these things that are important. Yeah, body count tracker, exactly.
all of these things that are important, and this dude is running on some 6th grade software. Is like, well, what if a girl has like what if she has a higher body count, and like, you know, because then it gets real loose, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that, because that girls will make you feel bad about that, and it's not that my PP is tiny, it's just that, no, she's fucked so much, because she's like, yeah. And what if guys deserve to know that before, so that girls don't say their PP is tiny, because if they don't, then good girls just make us feel bad. It's like, dude, this is, it bugs the fuck out of me. This idea of so many people are going to have such repressive, awful sex because they genuinely believe shit like this. That, like, yeah, you should have more sex together when nobody has any idea what they're doing. That's more fun. When everybody's just like, like really slow and kind of sleepy about it. Instead of people just being like, hey, I probably know what you like. If I don't, we can figure it out together. Yeah, no, Hitman Rula, it's exactly that. No, you need to be a virgin, but also a freak. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, every car has mileage on it, right? But the moment that you apply it to a person, somehow this is the wrong thing.
Once again, I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry. Fucking call me Bullseye, because I don't fucking miss. We are a minute 13 in, and I have been vindicated that this just shows every reason why spaces like this are entirely necessary. The fact that he is talking about women who are concerned with their privacy, their personal safety, their emotional safety, that the women talking about this app, which I'm sure he has not looked into, are talking about how, yeah, this guy ghosted me after giving me an STD. Fucked up my whole shit. Fucked up my life. And he's like, well, yeah, but you got to think about, like, women as not people, but cars. Like, you gotta think about, what if a woman was like a car, and people care if there's mileage on cars, but why don't we care when there's mileage on people? Damn, do you ever think about that? Yeah, gee, Zachary, I wonder why women would want to get away from men when men's first reaction to this shit is, yeah, but when you think about it, women aren't really people. They're more like cars, am I right? Hammock, thank you very much for 17 months in a row.
And by the way, I don't have any problem saying anything like this, because they're doing the exact same thing to...
Is he going to make this about himself? Asmund, you don't have a problem saying anything about this because you are not in danger of being near women. That's just not a concern that you have in your day-to-day. You are not in danger of anybody wanting to fuck you. Don't worry about it. Like, yeah, that's why you can say this shit. That's why you and all of these people like Kiwi Farms can say this shit.
Men. They are. Look at this. Anonymous advice. Should I date Ethan? My friend saw him out with another girl, and then poll, don't date him. Now, I know this might be a massive shock, but the app was hacked. The T app has been hacked, and all user information was leaked. There was all fat, ugly, middle-aged women. So it's a bunch of fat, ugly, middle-aged women that hate men because obviously they're not 23 anymore, and so nobody's willing to put up with their bullshit. They make this app, and they...
So again, Asmund, I don't think you really want this to be your narrative around it, because if that is true, which it's not, but if it was, why is anybody worried about it? If it's just it's just a bunch of fat, ugly, middle-aged women, then why would anybody be worried about it? There are people all over the internet all the time getting mad about shit and spreading lies about dumbass stuff all over the place. Ask Zack Snyder fans. But the simple solution to that is, okay, just let them fucking talk. Let people say shit. If it's not true, you got nothing to worry about. Did Asmund use a dead rat as an alarm clock, or was it just a joke? I believe that was real. That was real. But even if that was a joke, the rubbing his bloody gums on the wall was absolutely real.
They say a bunch of other stuff. No, really. Like, you can look... I'm not going to say where it is, but you can look up. Like, they posted everybody's driver's licenses, fucking everything, right? Massive fucking leak. Also, a bad thing. Oh, ratio of women built like Blastoise requested, please. 5'4", 170 pounds is the American female average. Would love to see if some fall in that demographic. Hey, I don't know about Blastoise. I'm sure you've got a few Laprases and maybe a few Snorlaxes also. The average woman using this...
Bold. Bold fucking words, dude. You look like a Crypt Keeper's rejected abortion, dude. You look like a cut, unfinished Dark Souls boss. Who the fuck are you to be talking shit on other people? You look like a rejected prop from Cronenberg's The Fly that they had to cut because it was too gross. How? Like, I'm kind of shocked. I'm kind of shocked.
App is sub-mid. What a shocker. You can't write parody. You can't write what is it? Satire better than...
Okay, look. I realize I am cognizant enough to I'm self-aware enough. If I can get meta for a moment here, I realize that essentially we are just watching content. And that in the eventual video of this, whoever is watching, you are indeed watching content of somebody watching content. But now, inside this simulacra we've constructed, we are watching somebody who cannot even remember the proper word for satire, who is the exact reason that something like this happened, completely unaware of that, say that this thing that happened because of people like him is beyond parody, which in and of itself is... You cannot, no, you are right. Like, I feel like he is speaking directly to me, watching him, with the knowledge that I am watching him, and that later somebody is watching this. And, chat, I am here to tell you, this, you could not write satire like this, because it's too fucking stupid, and there are too many layers.
This. And the reason, by the way, women do this, people need to understand this. The reason why they do that...
Okay, but sorry, we're 40 minutes, and I need to know from this is the man that I simply need to me. I don't want to be too explicit here, chat, but if we're talking body counts, I'm almost in them triple digits. I'm gonna be so honest. So I'm sitting here. I'm wondering here. As a let's call it a nookie connoisseur, you know. What can I learn from this sage? I've braved the wilderness. I have traveled to the mountaintop. And I am sitting here at his temple, at his dojo casa house. Tell me, oh wise roach man, speak your wisdom to me on why women do the things they do.
Is because they want to go out and push this toxic mindset to everybody else that they have, because they have some residual lingering resentment and hate towards men because they were probably treated badly, broken up with for a younger girl, or for some reason or another sidelined for someone who was a better option. And honestly, W to the guys.
again, it just all just comes from like incel 4chan shit. Like this does show what a fucking incel loser Asmund is. That he's like, yeah, well, the reason is that they don't want they don't want they just want to lie about other men because they're mad that other men left them for younger women, because they're mad that these guys are chads and they're actually super cool, and they get all that sweet good, and yeah, and good for the guys actually, because that's just cooler. Like, you are like every word you say is another reason. Add it to the fucking list. Put it up on the board. It's just projection. And he is from Kaguya's Top Gal, who by the way is a fucking actual Nazi, who he's looking at on Twitter here. So good job, Zach.
Because if you've got some angry bitch that's sitting there on an app complaining, oh, no, you shouldn't date him, you shouldn't do that. Do you really want to marry that? Fuck no, you don't want to marry that. You've got enough problems in your life before you want to sign into something else. Yeah, T? Yeah, I guess so. We have a song for this? We've got a lot of songs for this, let's be honest. Anyway, we'll watch this and just see what's going on with the T app.
The T app was designed to expose men, but it's exposing y'all women. It's showing just how dirty and nasty the men that y'all have been dealing with are. Y'all get online with these high standards that you don't have in real life, which is what I always say.
The year was 2005, and the World Wide Web was just developing. And a new website came out called Don'tDateHimGirl.com.
Yep.
You guys back in the early 2000s, you were...
What do you twitchy, malformed, cosmic abortion, what the fuck do you know about it? Look at him fucking sitting there like the least interesting man in the world, just being like, yeah, no, yeah. He's, this is going to be the fucking thing. This is going to be the thing that he does that I fucking hate. This is why I hate watching and reacting to him. Because, watch, I can, all right, chat. Look at me in the eye. Look at me right here. You and me. We're going to have a moment here. This is going to be the next couple minutes of this video. And if it is, I'm going to skip over it. He's going to be sitting here going, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's real. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's true. Chat. That's actually true. Yeah, chat. Twitching like the fucking Jake Gyllenhaal detective in Prisoners. This is one of the so good.
I remember this. And the way I found out about this site was that a popular pastor in Sacramento was exposed on the site for basically clapping his member cheeks.
I just don't understand how it is socially acceptable that girls can go and do this, but guys that share information about girls and their sexuality is somehow seen as a bad thing.
It's somehow seen as a bad thing that... Asmund, already, you're coming at it from two entirely separate viewpoints. You're saying that, like, when a woman goes and says, hey, this pastor is lying to everybody, this person who's paid by his congregation, who is trusted by his congregation, is fucking somebody on the side, which is against the rules of the congregation, presumably, that is different than what you were talking about, which is like, oh, what if guy wants to tell other guy that girl did not put out after 2 date and cold beer. Oh, like, that's what you're talking about. It's not, this is not that. This is not that.
I don't get it. I think this is a double standard. And it's not a double standard that makes sense either.
All the text messages, all of everything, pictures, not videos though, were put on the site. And the site was built for women to come on and do exactly just that. They can anonymously submit relationship stories about cheating partners, and basically expose men. And
look at it. Look at what it says, bro. Watch out for this guy because he is a big-time game player and a sociopath, and the description of a sociopath is as follows. And it's just some random guy.
It's just some random guy. Do you think he might have... Like, do you... Okay. It's just some random guy. Is he really just lying to his fucking audience that they're just picking random guys to do this to? Okay.
Sorry, Jason. But your life is ruined now. You should have called her back.
And this was founded by a lady by the name of Tasha Joseph, and for a while this site was one of the hottest in America. But the problem with the site was not just its fanfare with women, it was the accuracy about the reviews. Now in this instance, if you post it onto the site and you expose a man could actually join the site and defend himself, but that wasn't good enough.
Well, obviously. Yeah.
2006, attorneys started filing lawsuits.
Take a shot every time he just says yeah and offers no additional commentary. You'll be dead by the end of this video.
Lawsuits against the website owner for spreading false allegations against their clients.
That's what you get.
September 2006, the Miami News-Times elaborated on a fabricated profile created to demonstrate that the website was dangerous. By 2007, ABC News referred to Don'tDateThemGirl.com as a revenge site, and on the same day...
It's absolutely a revenge site. It is. It's the same as, like, you know how they used to have all those sites where people would post photos of, like explicit photos that their girlfriends would send them? Like, I'm actually not a fan of that. I know this might be surprising for you guys to hear, but I think revenge porn is bad. And the reason why is because it makes women less likely to send nudes.
I'm sorry, chat. I'm sitting with that one for a minute. I'm letting that wash over me like the breeze that, well, no, sorry, the air in Asmon's bug cave that he lives in is not, it's probably pretty stale and stagnant. But I imagine if you open the front door, nobody is known for years because nobody opens, nobody leaves, nobody enters. But I imagine if you open the front door, that you would be met with a humid burst of potent molecules that have just been built up in that cesspit-like environment. And that's probably similar to what's washing over me right now. I think revenge porn is bad because it makes girls less likely to send nudes. You can't write this is parody. I mean, satire. Truly.
Not against, like, obviously, yeah, you could say it's against it morally, right? Yeah, I guess you could. I guess I'm against it morally, but like, it's primarily that it functionally reduces the probability of it happening.
No, that's not the primary. No. See, the moral argument that it's wrong morally, that's the primary reason, buddy. That's the primary reason. But again, here we have found ourselves in the desert of shit that is not going to happen to you. So why are you so fucking worried about it?
So we got to be logical here, okay, boys?
O'Reilly Factor referred to Don't Date 'Em Girl as a hate site.
Damn.
By 2010, all of the profiles of men were removed.
There it is.
And by 2016, the site was no longer accessible.
Dead. I wonder if she was divorced, the woman who started it.
But as my granddaddy used to say,
there he is.
The players change but the game remains the same.
True.
He's right, you know.
The year is 2025.
Yeah, that's
And
true,
that's
chat.
20
Yeah,
years ago
that's true.
from when Don't Date 'Em Girl launched. And now we have something a little bit new. It's called T. Remember, the players changed, but the games remain.
Well, you see, look at this. You got the red flags, the green flags. Where has this been literally put an area that you live? Bro, this guy, what did he do? 16?
I don't know, Asmon. Go look up what he did that 16 women decided were red flags. Okay, so I've been... One of the investigative pieces I've been working on, and it probably won't be out I talked about this a little bit on last stream. I've been working on an investigation into several instances of sexual abuse, manipulation, coercion, arguably trafficking. Entirely unrelated, across the industry. One commonality of a lot of the people I've spoken to is that sometimes they won't have much to say about a particular issue or a person. They'll just say, I got a really bad feeling. Like it was just really off-putting. It just seemed like they were angling for something. It just seemed like they weren't going to take no. It just seemed like this, that, or the other. Those are warning signs. And it's usually filling in another half of the story where the other half has consistently been, and I'm talking about 3, 4, 5 incidents with different people across the industry, has consistently been not just that, oh, they made me feel uncomfortable. Oh, they raised a red flag. It's been far, far worse. Enough to ruin people's lives, derail hopes and dreams. So, if there are just red flags, odds are there's also more. And here he is, like, okay, not even knowing what this guy did. This guy could be a rapist. This guy could be, like, stalking women or putting shit in their drinks. But he's like, no, look at this guy. Like, what did he do? What could he have done? What could he have done? Like, oh, this is just a dude. But why does he have 16 red flags? I don't fucking know, dude. But apparently 16 women agreed that whatever he did made them uncomfortable in one way or another. Like sure, okay, every now and then there are people who get falsely accused by one person, by maybe two. There are times where somebody's life is derailed, and it usually later comes to light that they were vindicated, that they were actually right, that it was a hoax, a lie, whatever. But 16 people agreeing that you're a piece of shit in one way or another? 16. That's enough witnesses to convince a damn jury. And you're sitting here telling me, like, what could this guy have done?
Damn! 16 red flags.
Same. And T is...
He probably has standards. You can see that he's like an attractive guy with a great hairline. He's very well dressed. He's in shape. And so based off of the leaks, I could see where he would want to look for somebody that would have that same type of lifestyle that he has. And based off of... there were just a lot of things that just didn't mix, you could say.
He has truly become a cretin. Like it is so evident how into this like incelish ideology he has become. That's also, that's a pretty good point, Pliskin. That pic kind of looks like Getty Images. It might just be a generic graphic for the video. So what this kind of looks like, yeah, actually all of these kind of look like model photos. So one thing that people do, that might be the case here. I'd have to do some digging. But what a lot of companies do is they have like if you've watched any of the ads I've done for Incogni or Surfshark, they have assets that they will give to creators who will be able to then use them like in your advertisements. And it's just like, yeah, here is how the interface looks. Here's what it looks like. Here's like a proof of concept. This probably is that, because all of these images, they don't look like regular dating pictures. You know how I think they don't look like regular dating pictures? There's none of the white man angle. There's none of the white middle-aged dude sitting in a car cab with their fucking like sports sunglasses aimed straight up their nose. Like there's none of that, the WM angle, the Whitey angle. You know?
That pretty much does the same thing as don'tdatehimgirl.com,
Yeah.
with one difference. Well, number one, it's on a app, but number two, well, check this out.
Let's talk about the T app and whether it's legal. If you don't know the T app, it's like an app version of the Are We Dating the Same Guy Facebook group. Basically, it's a platform for women to anonymously gossip, post pictures, ask information about men. Although men are the subject and they are what's being talked about, it doesn't let men join. It also has screenshot blocking, which aims to make it so that men...
Yeah, all of these assets being used seem like they might just be from the store. The honky tilt, if you will. Exactly, yeah.
Can't know that they're being talked about. And you can even set up alerts for guys' names, and it gives you a notification when that person is being talked about. There are...
What kind of nasty ass shit is it? Who does this? Like, really? And again, it's all just a bunch of fat, ugly, middle-aged women sitting around here complaining about guys that don't want to give them a call back. That's it. Is loser-ass hoes getting mad?
I'm going to be so for real, Zach. I don't think you could be talking like that, white baby. Like, when was the last time your pallid visage, your grave ghoul face was touched by sunlight? Like, I don't think... You can't be talking like that, white baby. You can't.
It's embarrassing, bro. Like, it's actually, like, imagine going on this site. Imagine downloading this app, scanning in your driver's license in your face so you can complain about your Tinder date. I would be embarrassed. Wouldn't you be embarrassed to do that? Where's your self-respect?
Asmongold asking women who want to keep in contact about dangerous men who have hurt, derailed their lives. As we saw, one of the accounts was talking about somebody who had given her an STD and ghosted her. Just lied to her user for sex and ghosted. But no. Asmon thinks that Mr. Dead Rat Alarm Clock, who has had cockroaches on him while streaming, who probably has enough dead animals rotting in his house right now to fucking what's the word I'm looking for? What are the people who stuff dead animals? What are those called? Why is it's not fucking coming to me right now? Taxidermist, yeah. Asmongold, who probably has enough fucking dead animals in his house right now to fill up a taxidermy convention. And he wants to talk to others about having self-respect? Huh? Okay, we're gonna kick it away from Asmongold's Nurgle flow for a second here. He's 35? I thought he was like 47 for sure. G14, the cockroach clips haunt me. They don't run when he moves. They don't have fear anymore. He has nourished them for generations. They are his children. Oh, man. Okay, we got another one to watch. I think Dim Tool did one. T app. Docs all men. Gossip and defame men. Weaponized female gossip. Yeah, I love how they put a picture of Matt Walsh being confused on the cover because, yeah, Matt would be confused about this. Where's that fucking... God. Women exposed. I love how they have to do an AI person. Great. Love it. Love it. There was a Tim Pool one, I thought. There was a Dim Tool one. Dude, there's fucking Mudahar. God. Yeah, here we go.
We've got the story from Business Insider. Ladies and gentlemen, check it out. T app that lets women post anonymous dating reviews was hit by a data breach that exposed 72,000.
Already, you have 4 unfuckable, basic-ass white dudes. A man who wears his signature look is a beanie. His signature look is a beanie.
Images. So maybe you guys have seen It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where Dennis finds out there's this app where women rate men, and he's got like a really low...
I love... Tim Pool is such a specific type of guy. Tim Pool is the type of guy at a bar who he doesn't have, like, jokes himself. Like, he doesn't have, like, things that, like, oh, hey, you like, raunchy jokes that his dad told him. Like, nothing like that. What he does, and if you've been out in the nightlife, you've talked to people, or you've been hit on, especially by cis men, you will know this type of guy. And it's the guy that regurgitates movie scenes to you because something reminded him of it, and he thought it was funny. And what I mean is, again, follow me here, you'll know what I'm talking about, where it is the type of guy who will ask you, like, hey, have you seen this movie? And you'll go, no. And he'll go, okay, so what happens is, and take 10 minutes to explain the entirety of a scene, and the punchline where he will... fucking 70-30 chance he will laugh at the punchline. That is not even a punchline. It's just explaining the scene of what happened in a movie. And then he will talk about it as if it is a joke. Like, he is just a regurgitation factory for consumed pop culture. and nothing more, which is kind of funny. Pliskin, thank you for $10. Okay, I'm gonna do my snake voice. Let no one forget that there was an inverse of this app on the deep web, where men would post names, pics, and addresses of their ex-GFs in the hopes that other men would find and hurt them. Yeah, that's 4chan. Like, 4chan already does that shit.
Score, he gets really angry, so he's trying to go around telling women to give him 5-star ratings. Well, this is going viral, and this was Kellen's idea, but we're introducing a new app. It's called Whore Finder, where dudes can rate women they date based on whether they're snooty or DTF. I kept the language a little light on that one.
I thoroughly enjoyed when I saw the pictures of all the women that were on T, because they were exactly what you would think. They were all incredibly unattractive.
I was going to say, give us broad strokes here.
Just terrible looking.
Artificial hair color?
Some of that.
Piercings in face?
Mostly bad skin and had never seen the inside of a gym, don't exercise.
Okay, these doughy fucks are really going to sit there and talk about this? Your fucking mountain troll ass beard? Again, if indeed this is like all these stupid dumb feminists with blue hair, like, oh, they just all hate men, then why the need for the harassment, the doxing? Why does it need to be celebrated like this? If of the thousands of people who were leaked, none of them are attractive, then it should be, according to you guys, no big loss, then whatever. But it's not. Like, they are, this is just fucking cope.
Hold on.
Never say no to cookies.
Are you guys familiar with survivorship bias?
No.
Yes.
So,
I feel like I misheard what he said. So
survivorship bias?
Ship. Got it.
Survivorship. So, a fighter, a World War I fighter plane returns, and it's got a bunch of bullet holes in the back section and on the wings, and they go, wow, look at where it took damage. We better reinforce that. You know what they didn't realize? The ones that never came back, that's where
damage somewhere else.
Exactly, and that's where they needed to reinforce it. And the ones that took damage there, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
And so the funny thing about this app is I'm sitting here thinking, like, if some woman dates a guy, and then he's like, I ain't dating her, and he ghosts her, so then she gives him a bad review. If you go on the T app, ladies, my advice to you is you want the guys with bad reviews. Because these are the guys who didn't string along and were not interested in the women, right?
Again, they see all of this interaction with the entirety of almost half of the human race as a zero-sum game. They see it as, oh, this is only because, like, this guy didn't want to date this dumb blue-haired feminist. When the stories that women are telling are not only deeply affecting, but deeply disturbing and fucked up in how their lives have been derailed by assholes who are just like, yeah, I'm just going to give you STDs and fucking dip. And here is Dim Tool, fucking fourth bitchless wonder of the world, apparently, talking about, like, no, women, what you actually want is a guy who gets bad reviews, because that's actually, like, a quality dude. Right, bro? Yeah, hypnotic genes. That kind of logic can get someone killed. Here's the thing. You're right, and the very fact that you're right is exactly why the app was needed in the fucking first place. It's just an Ouroboros of... Yeah, no, exactly. Kristen Snooze explains survivorship bias. Okay, follows up with incomprehensible logically. Yeah, and look, as somebody who I realize I have that problem, I'm ADHD as fuck. Even when I'm writing my essays, sometimes I will write an example of something to, like, try and explain something, and I have to later be like, does this make sense to anybody but my fucking brain? So I get it sometimes. But yeah, that was quite a leap. That was a leap.
Why would you want to?
Let's just say that is an interesting tactic that you could take, but maybe not the only answer.
Well, sure. But my point
I'm pretty sure that I read some of these. They were like the guy was abusive, or like
the guy with the good reviews is the guy who keeps stringing the women along.
I'm tracking, and no, I understand. It's an interesting concept for sure.
The guys that get good reviews, the women aren't going to want to stop dating them. And they're going to be upset when the guy breaks up with them. So why would they give anyone a good review?
Yeah. I'm imagining that you don't get like a solid review if you date someone for a few minutes and then you're like, this is it for me. I'm getting married to this person. You're probably not on the app anymore. Or they might give you a shitty review.
The good review is the one the women dumped.
Right.
So the women dump a guy and then say, he was really nice. It's just not what I'm looking for. Good review. Then the guy who leaves them, they're like, why is he leaving me? He's such a dick. He's a jerk. So the bad reviews are the guys they really wanted, and the good reviews are the guys they didn't.
Yeah.
Man, if the quality of your character was relevant of how horrible you've treated people in life, that would be...
This app is definitely not about how people are treated. It's
this is a gossip circle that is being done in cyberspace.
It's all about how those women
don't have
felt.
real friends. If they had real friends, you wouldn't be on the T app.
If they had real friends, what kind of fucking logic is okay? So, again, you can't write satire or parody like this. Like this is it's too much for parody. If this is a digital gossip circle, what the fuck do you call Kiwi Farms and all of these bitchless dickheads doxing and harassing all of these women who did nothing but try to have a little bit of solidarity with other women? What do you call that? Is that not gossiping? Is a bunch of you guys sitting around being like, yeah, it was all fucking, they haven't seen the inside of a gym, bro. Oh, cold beer. Oh, cookie. That's just those beard dudes and women can't, if they had real friends, they wouldn't be saying online stuff.
You just talk about
or if they had babies.
If they have babies, you don't have time to talk about it either because you're busy dealing with your babies.
Talking to your baby.
Yeah. There's a lot of misplaced like maternal energy in this. Sometimes you see it too out there in the world where it's like that thing that you're doing that you are so passionate about. I really wish you were doing it for your child because that's what you're trying to do.
What?
We're a man-only space in here, so I feel very comfortable saying that. But like, that actually is a woman-loving position.
Okay, I don't know who this dickhead is, but that's so fucking funny, dude. That's so fucking funny to me. We're a man-only space, so I feel safe to say this. So, cause guys, can I weave in my truth? And I like this is a man-only space, so I need you to all support, understand what I'm gonna say. But sometimes I think that women are kind of mean, and I think that women should just be focusing on only raising babies and having families, and I feel that this is a man-only safe, so that's actually okay to say here. Again, this is a man-only. He is literally talking about, literally denigrating the women who are trying to create a safe space for themselves to talk about shitheads like this. And not only is he dehumanizing them, saying that like, yeah, I kind of wish like dames, come on, you should be fucking out here having hobbies and shit. You need to be, all right, hey, get that fucking caboose in the kitchen. Come on, hey, yo. Like, he wants to sit here and try to be this man's man while also having to be like, yeah, I feel this is actually a safe space for me. But no, women can't have that to talk about dudes who have beaten them, made them feel uncomfortable, passed them STDs, stalked them. But no, you can have that to be here and be like, yeah, no, actually, women shouldn't fucking, they should, like, women, what are you doing? You need to have fucking, no hobbies. Your hobbies should be fucking, yo, those pronouns should be, raise/babies. Am I right? God. Incredible.
Because we're recognizing a discomfort and an unhappiness. I see a lot of women out there that I'm like, God, I just wish you had the thing that you want.
Yeah, very good insight. That is a very good insight.
And I coming from a place of like,
I want to.
Stephanie Tucker J, thank you for $2. Tuned in late just now, but I have some dollars anyway. Thank you. Them just sitting around in a fucking friendship circle. Like, what are you stupid little pussies? Sorry, no, pussies are more resilient than these dickheads. These stupid little dickless weasels are just sitting around in their fucking circle making friendship bracelets for one another. And they're sitting and being like, hey, guys, so the problem with women. What the problem with women is that they don't get it. Actually, they don't get how hard it is to like be a man, and they just have their dumb bullshit, and like they think it's like cool to like gang up and be mean and like tattletale on us, and all the other guys are like, yeah, that's good. Oh damn, thank you, that's a really good insight. Snaps all around, bro. Like, look at my fucking men going their own way, dog. Look at my fucking misogynist, dog. Like, what are we fucking doing? I'm sorry. It's not funny because this is how misogyny spreads. This is how a lot of the shit is legitimized, and it is legitimately noxious to hear these grown-ass men talking this way about people in general. About, like, this just fucking patronizing, infantilizing, like, nah, you, a grown-ass person with their own life and experiences, you can't I know, a man what works in a studio that has skateboards and is run by a fucking bridge troll who won't take off a beanie. Nobody knows what he has under there. We've tried asking around. Somebody got fired by HR because they said it violated him somehow. They tried to take off the beanie. HR got him. You're going to sit there and be like, I'll watch a little bit more of this one.
When I go places in public, I'm not trying to humble brag or anything, but I get recognized quite a bit. And so there are some venues I go, the whole staff, I'll go to a restaurant sometimes, and when they bring my food, like, here you go, Tim. And I'm like, oh, they didn't say anything. They knew
that's weird.
When people come up to me on the street and they're like, hey, man, it's usually guys. If it's a woman, she's like, my husband's a big fan of yours, and I watch sometimes. That's how women act towards my baby.
Yeah.
When my baby, and we're on the street, the women are like, oh, my God, it is, can I meet your baby?
It's like having a puppy. Except it's better.
It's like having like a celebrity. You're getting in the elevator and the women are all like looking over and trying to see the baby, and they're like,
they'll talk to the baby before they talk to you. Yeah, of course.
Like, babies are celebrities to women. And what irks me is that feminists have made that phrase an insult. It is in no way derogatory or disrespectful to women to say they love babies. It is magic. But feminists get offended at the notion that men are like, you love babies. And like, shut up.
I've been talking about.
No, see, this is actually, God, thank you for saying this, Tim. Thank you for this fucking pointless, humble bragging dipshit story. Because this is a perfect illustration of how they completely misconstrue what people are actually mad about. See, feminists aren't mad at you saying women like babies. A lot of people like babies. A lot of people like puppies. It's not a gendered thing. What they're mad about is you and your dipshit co-host saying women need to these women are so sad, but they're putting their energy towards non-baby stuff when they need to be making babies, bro. Fucking up high. Snaps all around. Hey, you want me to grab you some more macchiato from the lounge that we have here in Tim's fucking skate park compound? Like, Yeah, a lot of feminists are stay-at-home moms. Yeah, like I know a lot of people who call themselves feminists. I don't know a single fucking feminist who would say it's actually sexist to say women hate babies, you misogynist pig. What they'll say is, he's saying that women are unhappy because their only purpose in life is babies, basically. Fuck this guy. What the fuck? That's misogynist. And they'd be completely vindicated in that. They'd be absolutely right.
Lending my 4-year-old out to my buddy who's my age and single, because my son is unbelievably cute. He has this, like, I botched his haircut because I'm a terrible haircutter. You shouldn't let your dads cut it, but, like, who cares? He's like a little kid. So I cut it really badly, so now it's growing out. So he's got, like, the surfer flow, right? He's super cute. He has absolutely no boundaries. He'll walk up to the prettiest women in, like, at a park or, like, at a restaurant. He'll start talking to them. He'll touch their legs. He'll just hang out there. Like, he'll sit on a bench next to them and put his hand on their thigh.
Wingman.
It's unbelievable. And then, like, you know, then, like, my buddy Uncle Carl could run up and be like, "Hey, what's up, little buddy? Like, what are you doing?"
Oh, I'm
like,
so sorry.
Is this your son? No, this is my buddy's son.
Babysitting. I'm so sorry.
I'm just being a good uncle. Here I am.
I've seen that
I
movie.
also love kids.
I can't wait to have one of my own, you know?
It's called Big Daddy.
It
is a reason why they made rom-coms out of it, because kids are, especially very young, like probably 5 and under. Yeah, women fixate on this thing for a reason. It's like almost like they're programmed for that sort of thing.
The whole feminist movement killed women.
I'm sorry. I don't miss. I just don't. People don't really, I think, get how awful this really is. Like what he's saying is that he is okay using his child. No, not even him. His friend using his child to hit on women. And they see no. The fact that 4 men are sitting around being like, yeah, no, you could use babies to hit on women. I don't know why women are so fucking uptight about being manipulated and lied to by men when you can use babies to hit on them. Like, fucking these dumb broads don't even know what's what. Every video we've seen on this just shows exactly why. There is a quote-unquote male loneliness epidemic. There's not a male loneliness epidemic. Every nice guy, actually legitimately, not like, oh, I'm a nice guy, why don't I get a girl? Every genuinely nice guy, they're not lonely. They have healthy relationships. I have plenty of friends who have healthy relationships. You know why? Because unlike these troglodytes, they're not emotionally immature, stunted man children who get all of their opinions on who and what women are like before they even meet any of them from these other online man children who are just they're so bitter that they're not like fucking chads and they're just fucking corporate carrots. You know what? That's a good way to put it. There is a male no social skills epidemic. That's what men should really be talking about. Okie dokie, chap. I am gonna I have to get going. Man. But we are gonna go. Why is it not? It's not fetching my followed channels. There we go. Yeah, we're going to go say hi to Maple Takes. Everybody go say hi. I have to get going, but thank you all so much. Have fun in LA. Naomi Faithless, I'm not in LA. I haven't changed that yet. Thank y'all and have a wonderful night. Go say hi to Maple Takes. Go like, subscribe, follow. Stay tuned to the channel. I have a bunch of stuff I'm working on, and I hope I will see y'all soon.